And this will be a quick video, another quick one. In this case, we're going to look at how do I add and subtract complex numbers. But before before we do those two problems over there, let's just talk about what is a complex number. Right? We saw before what an imaginary number is. It just comes from the square root of a negative value, specifically square root of -1. All right, from there, we can derive the idea or come up with a definition of what is a complex number. All right, complex number is always in the form a plus bi. Right, so it has an imaginary part in it, and that's actually what we call it. The part that doesn't have an I to it, that's called the real part. And the part that is attached to the I, well actually the whole piece is called the imaginary part. Right. And that's all we really need to know about what a complex number is. They all take that form. And really, it works the same thing as a variable, I does. Right? If I'm going to add and subtract complex numbers, right? Like over here, I'm adding complex numbers together. I've got a real and imaginary part, a real and imaginary part. Same deal, real, imaginary, real, imaginary. And I'm just going to be adding and subtracting them. So I'm just going to combine like terms. Right? There's nothing out of the ordinary here. All right, this minus. Okay, we always have to be careful with minus. I want to subtract both of these so you can distribute it. Negative times negative would be positive. Negative times positive would be negative. Okay, and from there, we're going to combine the real parts together, 7 plus 7, and combine the imaginary parts together. Negative 7i minus 1i would be negative 8i. And that's it. So essentially, all we're doing is combining like terms. And who cares if there's fractions? I'm still going to combine my like terms. These are two real parts, and at least nicely, they have common denominators. So negative 9 plus 2 would be negative 7 over 5. All right, combine my imaginary parts. 3 minus 8 would be negative 5 over 5i. Okay, and then the only other thing I can see doing in here is I can reduce that to 1. So negative 7 over 5 minus 1i. Right, and if you're asking, do I need to put the 1 there? No. Right, just saying I is just like just saying x is considered 1x, it's considered 1i. Okay, so, pretty short video. That's how we add and subtract complex numbers.